Straight.
You played for Lasorda in the minor leagues, right?
That's correct. Twice. Ogden, and then when I was up and down in 70 in Spokane.
Tommy was so full of BS, but he was the best manager I ever played for.
Yeah.
Because he made you, or you being a player, go out and bust your hump for him. And that's what you're supposed to do. You don't have to scream. You don't have to yell. You don't have to do all these things. You just make it to where the players want to play for you.
Absolutely. You know, and he made it fun. He was demanding. I think he probably was as much of a psychiatrist, psychologist as any manager I ever played for, because he would learn your background. He would learn about your family and what were you a Christian or not, and who you like to hang out with, and did you always have a girlfriend? Were you married young? Did you internalize things? Or, you know, I mean, Bill Buckner used to internalize. I mean, that was his personality. Valentine, yeah, he was. Tom loved him because he was Italian. Of course, Tom was a little bit Italian, but Valentine would be outgoing. He'd release everything. So he knew whether you needed a kick in the behind or an arm around the shoulder, and he challenged you. He challenged you to go out there and be the best player at your position, be the best player on the field, and keep reaching to find out how good you can be.
I know I was pitching one time and had a good game going, and had maybe the bases loaded, and the bullpen was up throwing, and he comes out and he said, "I need a ground ball here. If my life was on the line, I would want to throw a ground ball for me so I can live for tomorrow. Do you want to throw the ground ball, or do you want me to bring in Lance Rodson, I believe it was? You want me to bring in Rodson?" And I said, "Oh, I'll do it for you." He said, "Okay, do it for me." And he turned around and walked back. Well,
yeah. Well, that's it. That's the way he was. I mean, that was a pretty clean meeting on the mound. I mean, you know, I went to the mound early in my career with Tommy when he was, you know, I knew him from the minor leagues, and I never went to the mound. He goes, "What are you doing over there?" I said, "It's too ugly." You know, I mean, that language you're using is really hard on my ears, you know, which would make him laugh and choke on tobacco. But I used to, at first base, I'd say, "You don't need me. What do you need me over there? I got to run all the way over there, come back. You're going to cuss at the guy. You're going to get on him once in a while. You put your arm around him, but not very often." We would always laugh about that. So, but you're true, you know, right, Tommy? And he treated collectively all of us as Dodgers, and there was a way to play as a Dodger and so forth. But individually, I think was his greatest skill, and the ability to be able to take each one of us and really get the most out of it. And I had 3 Hall of Fame, you know, managers. Alston was one of them. He had a totally different personality and very strong man, 23 one-year contracts. When he said something, you really listened because he had thought it out and it was going to be what was good for you. Tommy talked a lot sometimes, and you had to decipher it a little bit. And then I had Dick Williams in San Diego, who was more of a taskmaster, more of a drill sergeant, very demanding, tough on young players. He used to let us older players, Gossage and Nettles and I, kind of you know, do the heavy lifting when it came to taking care of these guys' personalities. But so I was subject to really 3 Hall of Fame managers, 3 different personalities, but 3 very successful Hall of Famers.
Our Herkimer Diamonds, whether they're in their natural form or calibrated form or jewelry or clusters or in the host rock, we're the source. So we sell a lot of product to a variety of people throughout the world.